NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50.
Coach Bart and Boomer. Folks, to the highlights we go.
All right, big game up in Buffalo. The Bengals visiting the Bills. How about EJ Manuel right here towards the end of the second quarter? Rolls to his right, finds a wide open Sammy Watkins. You'll see right before the ball gets there, Watkins seems to tweak his lower left leg. He's taken off the field into the locker room for further evaluation. A barn burner of a game, by the way, going on, guys. 17-14 Bengals in the lead.
And for the second time in a week, in the last 2 weeks, the only offense for Denver has been their defense. Aqib Talib will intercept this pass intended for Travis Benjamin. He will take that right there, 63 yards for the touchdown. That's the fourth defensive touchdown score for the year for Denver as they lead 10-0. And you're going to see right there a 14th touchdown pass here by Carson Palmer to Michael Floyd in the back of the end zone. They lead 10-3 at the half.
All right, Jets hosting the Redskins. Jets have amassed 220 yards of total offense, but they've turned the ball over 3 times. Those 3 turnovers have led to a 13-10 lead at halftime for the Washington Redskins. There goes Chris Ivory in for the touchdown for the Jets.
All right, get you guys out. Chiefs at the Vikings. You can see Teddy Bridgewater drop back here. Hits the old reliable tight end like he should. Kyle Rudolph right there. Scores that touchdown. By the way, at the half, 17 carries for Adrian Peterson, only 16 yards, 10-0.
Wow. Miami at Tennessee. There's Dan Campbell. We knew he was the new head coach. We didn't know if he could inspire. He wanted physicality. Well, they're running the ball down the throat of the Tennessee Titans as Jarvis Landry takes the carry in for 22 yards. On the day, Cameron Wake 4 sacks himself. Already. Lamar Miller, 11 carries, 91 yards.
It's a new team. They're inspired. It's a new team.
And right here, you're going to find Brian Hoyer was going to find Aaron Bruce. I'm all over the same team. Aaron Foster for a 14-yard carry up 10-7. I'm excited.
Sorry about that.
He inspired me too, boy.
I did.
All right, guys, check this out. Matthew Stafford drops back, hits Golden Tate here. Ball goes up in the air. It's ruled an interception on the play, but check it out. After the replay, they looked at it. They called this a touchdown because...
So that's the catch.
That's moments ago, we have big play. Harry Barnes, tight end from the Cleveland Browns. Let it go, boom, let it go. Right here, Luke, Josh McCown, back in the end zone. Boom, touchdown, 10-7. They cut the lead. Denver spills up.
How about
McCown?
Big play.
Gosh, McCown, he's playing great, but how about the Miami Dolphins?
Upset about
the
that?
Miami, no. First of all, that was not. I don't know if it's a catch or not a catch in the Detroit game. Who knows? But I do know this: we're all inspired by Dan Campbell right now.
I want to work out with him. Klaus, the cameraman, shook up on that one.
Yeah.
Verizon halftime report continues.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. Watch live local games on NFL Mobile, only on Verizon.
Wake up and watch with the world.
Don't get no better than this.
The NFL is live on Yahoo.
Everybody in the world when we watch.
You gotta see that.
Let's go!
The NFL is streaming a live game on Yahoo.
That's big.
Bills, Jags, live from London.
To the inside.
Watch anywhere.
In front of the world.
With everyone.
Got it! Touchdown ball!
The NFL on Yahoo. Watch with the world. Next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern.
There's people that really helped me get to where I'm at today. Rod Smith really showed me the right way. You know, I was there to take his job, but Rod sat me down and said, this is the blueprint. This is how you do things. And as you go up that ladder, you want to look back and bring somebody with you. You're not always going to like everyone you play with, but along the way, you're going to find people that you really love. Is that too strong for you guys? Yeah.
Get the Verizon Halftime Report, live online every Sunday, only from Verizon. Visit cbssports.com/Verizon.
The senior, 17, and 16-year-old junior in high school.
It's every parent's worst fear.
All the victims were teenagers.
But this trail of death...
It's like they wanted them to see each other.
Not see, watch. Will lead them into a nightmare.
Week 7 in the league begins with Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network, featuring an NFC West Division matchup between the Seahawks and the Niners. As we welcome you back to Studio 43 and the Verizon Halftime Report. Time now for our Thursday night preview. What are the expectations for this game?
You know what? This is a huge game. I mean, these teams have got to keep pace with the Arizona Cardinals, and right now, the 49ers have a chance to save their season. They have to win their home games. This is going to be always a physical battle, low scoring.
Always physical. You talk about a divisional rival. You know, right now, the Seattle Seahawks have the advantage for the previous years, but you can never, they can't afford to have a slip up. Like you say, they're trying to keep up with the
It's like
Arizona
Atlanta and
Cardinals.
New Orleans last week.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't, when it comes to divisional games, you can't make this stuff up.
And Seattle Seahawks, they're just not the same team when they're not playing at home. So let's see what they play like when they go to San Francisco. It's coming off maybe their best performance, even though they lost that last drive to the New York Giants. And I think it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, and I look for them just to keep evolving. I told you at the beginning of the season, I still think they can be a Super Bowl team. Obviously, defensively, they're getting back into their form with Cam Chancellor coming back as he keeps to continue to help that get that defense better. And then on offense, I want to see how they keep evolving with old Jimmy Graham. They're going to find a way to get him a ball sooner or later. They got to.
They cannot protect Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's taking a beating.
You say keep evolving with Jimmy Graham? How about start evolving with Jimmy Graham?
Folks in New Orleans would love to have him back, by the way. All right, the Verizon Halftime Report continues.
With Verizon, you have football in the palm of your hand. Watch live, local, and primetime games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. It's included only on Verizon.
Code Black. New. CBS Wednesday, 10, 9 Central.
Choice. It's a beautiful thing. So why on earth would you choose this? Or this? Or whatever this is? With all the flavor in the world, shouldn't each bite be an experience? Ignite the senses, awaken the taste buds, and leave you wanting more? We think so. Qdoba Mexican Eats. Choose flavor.
When you're driving, things aren't always what they appear to be. For those unexpected moments on the road, the Volkswagen Jetta offers available driver's assistance features like blind spot monitor and forward collision warning to help alert you to what's ahead. And VW CarNet can call for help after a crash. There's clearly more to the Jetta than meets the eye.
Hurry in and get 0% APR for 72 months on 2015 Jetta models. Visit VWDealer.com today.
DNA evidence sitting untested across Kentucky. Evidence that could lead to the conviction of more rapists. So Kentucky's auditor, Adam Edelin, stepped in, uncovered the backlog, demanded reforms to fix the problem. As auditor, Edelin's setting a refreshing example, uncovering corruption, helping convict those who betray the public trust, and watching over Kentucky's tax dollars, uncovering $1 billion in fraud and wasteful spending. Adam Edelin, Kentucky first.
Find out what's new and what's next with Vicki Dorch on WLKY News at 11.
It's a full collection of expert quarterback analysis every week on NFL Monday QB. Tomorrow at 6 on CBS Sports Network.
So why the Marines?
Because this is the land that I love, the country I'm honored to serve.
Well, it has been tight. It has been physical. Everything we expected between Cincinnati and Buffalo as we get ready for the start of the third quarter. Right now, let's take a look at Who You're Loving, presented by McDonald's. Buffalo with good offense early. Touchdown run to get him into the end zone, and then late as they go right at that Cincinnati defense. Bengals scored 17 unanswered at one point before that last Bills touchdown. Spiro Dita-Salm and Wilcots. NFL on CBS continues. 3-point game, Salm, and any adjustments that Rex Ryan could make as they try to come back from 3 points down.
Well, I think Rex Ryan is doing a really good job because they're keeping the lid on this Cincinnati Bengals offense. They're doing a good job. This Bengals offense has always been very explosive, and right now Rex Ryan is keeping them hemmed in. I think what they have to do, though, is continue to keep pressure on Andy Dalton. They haven't had the sack yet, but Andy Dalton only has 78 yards passing so far in this game. If you're the Bengals, you got to find a way to free up their wide receiver, EJ Green. Have to be able to produce more explosive plays for this offense. I think right now what the Bills are trying to do is force Andy Dalton to be patient, to have to go the length of the field without having those big explosive plays. And then EJ Manuel, he's got to continue to be decisive. We saw him get much better in the second quarter than he was in the first.
Salmon, so much expectations for the Bills coming into the season. They hire Rex Ryan, all the free agent spending in the offseason. It was tempered after the New England loss, as you see Sammy Watkins moments ago on crutches just outside the Buffalo locker room getting x-rays. Still awaiting an official announcement on that injury from the Buffalo PR people. We'll get it to you as quickly as we can. Adam Jones crosses the 25 out to the 30. And again, a penalty marker comes in. It's a return of 30 from Adam Jones. Here's Clete Blakeman on referee.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 74. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Cincinnati.
It's Jake Fisher on the penalty as we take a look at some of the numbers in that first half.
Great field position for the Cincinnati Bengals offense. One of the reasons why they were able to score 17 points in the first half. Protecting the football, penalties are down, and so you're Andy Dalton. Look at that, 78 yards passing for him in the first half of this game. He's got to begin to light it up and get more production out of the offense.
First and 10 pass is caught. That's Marvin Jones, brought down right after the catch, a pickup of 5. But just as I was saying earlier, Sam, and all the heightened expectations for the Bills, then they lose the way they did to New England week 2 with a home loss to the Giants here a couple of weeks ago. Just so much importance on a game like this, another big test at home.
There's no doubt about it. That means they're going to have to play big in the second half of this game.
Second and 5, another quick strike. This is Jones, first down on the catch and run as he crosses the 20. Tackled by Preston Brown as he picks up 9, and they move the chains again. First half possessions for this vaunted Cincinnati offense.
Yeah, look at that. 3 plays, 7 yards on that very first possession. And remember, they're used to scoring touchdowns on that first possession of most ball games. And Hugh Jackson right now, I think, searching for something to shake loose for this offense. They've got to be able to create big plays. It's something they're accustomed to. And after a while, in an offense that is used to big plays, when you don't get them, you start to stress a little bit and can become frustrated.
Bills coming on the blitz. Dalton has to get it away quickly. Rex Ryan so creative with his exotic blitz packages and a defensive playbook that is very deep here in Buffalo.
Yeah, you see Duke Williams, 27. He's the free runner to the quarterback, and something you cannot do against Rex Ryan's defense is allow that free runner to hit your quarterback and knock him to the ground and force the high throw out of bounds.
We asked Rex about Andy Dalton, and the first thing out of his mouth was that game a couple of years ago when he was with the Jets. Dalton lit him up for 40-plus points, a game that Rex has had a hard time forgetting about. Second and 10. Dalton over the middle. What a catch by Hewitt. Duke Williams around his neck makes the catch anyway. 16 yards and another first down.
Well, we told you some other players may have to make plays for this offense today other than Tyler Eifert or EJ Green. How about Ryan Hewitt? Guy can play fullback. He can play tight end in this offense. All he is a good football player.
First and 10. Bengals will keep it on the ground. This is Bernard. But one thing that this Bills defense has been awfully good at, Solomon, has been playing the run through 5+ weeks.
That's one of the things you have to do if you're going to play against this Cincinnati Bengals offense. Can't allow them to have that kind of balance. I think they've been good enough against this Bills defense today, but not nearly as explosive that they would like to be, not nearly as productive as they would like to be.
Update on Sammy Watkins. It is indeed the ankle. You saw him on crutches outside the locker room. His return is questionable. Any updates we get, we will pass along as quickly as we can. Play clock down to 3. On 2nd and 8. Dalton airs it out down the middle of the field. It is caught. Miraculous catch by Marvin Jones. Stephon Gilmore with him step for step. How did Jones make that catch? 42 yards down the field.
It's actually good coverage by Stephon Gilmore. But the fact that Marvin Jones really wanted this one. He was running as fast as he could and laid himself out to go get that ball thrown by Andy Dalton.
7th catch of the day for Jones for just under 80 yards. Here's Bernard darting over center. Crosses the 15, close to the 10. A majestic throw by Dalton and an even better catch by Jones.
And take a look. The safety here can't get over the top in time. And that's where they split the defense. And look at the speed and concentration of Marvin Jones to be able to get behind Duke Williams and Stephon Gilmore.
And that has been maybe the biggest area of improvement from Andy Dalton. As you pointed out, Solomon, the accuracy on the deep throws. Threw that one perfectly.
They got a linebacker at the bottom of the screen on Gio Bernard. It's not what they want if you're the Bills defensively.
Quick strike, screen pass to the wide receiver. It's Jones. Lunging end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Marvin Jones punctuating the brilliant drive with a 10-yard catch and run as he goes airborne into the end zone.
One of the things that have really plagued this defense is communication, or lack thereof. They were trying to get lined up and trying to get matched up. And again, everyone wants to cover EJ Green. Look, he's blocking, kicking out on the wide receiver screen to Marvin Jones, and Jones did all the work on this drive. Big play catch down the field and in wide receiver screen to get it into the end zone.
3rd touchdown catch of the season for Jones. The 4th-year wideout out of Cal, their former 5th-round pick. Cincinnati goes 90 yards, 8 plays in just over 4 minutes. And Solomon, all the attention that the Buffalo secondary is paying to EJ Green, Jones has been the beneficiary.
How many times have we said with this Cincinnati Bengals offense, as you take a look at it there, that's a great play, that you got to pick your poison. I mean, if you're going to double EJ Green or Tyler Eifert, the other guys can beat you. Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu, even the running backs coming out of the backfield. And by Ryan Hewitt getting involved on that drive.
This was the depth that Cincinnati just did not have last season. No Tyler Eifert, out for all but 1 game. Marvin Jones out the entire season with a broken foot. It is a lethal offense. Jones, the incredible catch, and then airborne into the end zone for 6.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
A better network as explained by J.J. Watt chopping wood in the middle of the forest. Verizon has the largest 4G LTE network. What does that mean? Well, pretend J.J. Watt is your signal. It means even out here, way out here, you'll find your signal working hard. Really, really hard. Because that's what a strong network does. That and play football. Watch live local and primetime games on NFL Mobile, only on Verizon.
With Amateur.
So the boss, what's he like?
He's tired of the rich trampling on the poor. Your services are no longer needed.
He's just like the rest of the gang. Wants to change things.
Difference is, he actually can. Must say we take back London.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Available Friday, October 23rd.
Monday on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Kerry Washington. Plus, Stephen's got wedding cake toppers for all occasions. Monday. Then Tuesday, don't miss Kevin Spacey.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Andy Dalton surpassing his entire first half passing total on that drive alone, and with the help, some of them, Marvin Jones.
How long can you keep him down? I mean, they've got so many weapons. Marvin Jones was able to get deep, hauling in one for 42 yards, and Dalton's going to continue to give him a chance. He did a really good job of reading the defense.
Dalton 5 for 5 on the drive, make it 5 for 6. 92 yards and a touchdown. That's Denarius Moore. Guess what? A penalty marker is thrown towards the far side of the field. It's a 27-yard return for Moore, who may have to play a little bit more as a wide receiver in the second half with the injury to Sammy Watkins, who, again, at last check, the Bills saying his return is questionable with the ankle.
During the return, holding, return team number 58. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Buffalo.
Boy, it is an epidemic for the Buffalo Bills and these penalties. Randall Johnson is the culprit on that sequence. Cincinnati in front. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Thank you for calling Dish. This is Jill.
Hi, I'm Joe, and I heard I can lock in my price if I switch to Dish.
Yep, it's just $49.99 every month for 2 years, and you get 190 channels.
So my price won't go up? How do you do that?
How do we do it?
Dish is how we do
it's the Dish 2-year TV price lock. $49.99 every month for 2 years. You get Netflix or NFL Red Zone from NFL Network included for 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Lock me in, Jill.
Call 1-800-DISH-LOCK or visit dish.com.
Our idea of a nightclub, a good crowd, and of course, bottle service. Fewer carbs, less calories, exceptional taste. Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer.
In the Outback, steak and lobster is back. We're pairing succulent steamed lobster tail or new jumbo lump crab cakes with our signature sirloin for a limited time. Try steak and seafood starting at $14.99. Only at Outback.
It was a blustery fall afternoon. Connor Bradshaw was in an endless rut.
You catch those games yesterday?
Had to work.
Watch it on NFL Game Pass.
That's when Connor found football. Lots and lots of football. With the new NFL Game Pass, Connor can connect to the football universe with all 256 regular season games on demand the next day. Welcome to the family, Connor. Welcome to the family.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency. Low fares, nothing to hide. Outback. For a limited time, steak and seafood is back. And by Hyundai, an official sponsor of the NFL.
The happy fall activities here in Buffalo. 24-14 Cincinnati. First offensive possession of the second half for the Bills. As LeSean McCoy is dumped down in the backfield. Carlos Dunlap and Vinny Ray combined on the tackle. Here was the injury to Sammy Watkins on the 22-yard touchdown at the end of the first half.
Trying to jam that leg in the ground to try to support himself. That's when it gave out. He went down, and now he's on crutches, being examined by the medical team.
Last we've heard is that his return questionable. Here's McCoy, bounces to the edge, crosses the 20, close to the first down marker. Reggie Nelson and Ray on the tackle. We pick up 10. No signal yet. Now the officials say first down Bills.
And now what do you do if you're the Bills? I think you continue to work Shady McCoy and his ability to get to the next level. You can see 7,000 career rushing yards in his short career. He's a home run hitter. So if you're Greg Roman, continue to feed him the ball. And then in the passing game, I think if you can get the run game going, play action plays are going to be there to Charles Clay at the next level of the defense. So good balance between run and pass if you're Buffalo.
Ready? First and 10. Here's McCoy. Breaks a tackle and a nice job. Boy, it looked like he was about to spring free. But Reggie Nelson, who's had some big plays today for the Bengals, able to get him around the ankles.
Excellent tackle by Reggie Nelson, because if you don't make this shoestring tackle, look at that. All he gives you is a foot. It's enough to get LeSean McCoy on the ground. And if you didn't make that tackle, he's going to run a long way. So good job by Reggie Nelson. Looks like Vincent Ray is down on the play.
And Ray has been the focal point and the play caller for this defense. Trainers onto the field.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it feels different. Now you press lightly to peek and deeper to pop. It changes how easily you can peek a flight, check a post, search for dinner. Ooh, you guys are gonna love that place. You can find a getaway easier. Yeah, go there. And find music easier. Wait, are you listening to your own song?
No, I was, hello?
So pretty much everything you do feels different. And that's what's changed.
Still haven't tried FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues? Over 1 million fans have already won money. Choose a league. They start at $1. Pick your team. Done. Winners get paid the next day, and there's no season-long commitment. FanDuel pays out $75 million a week. Get off the sidelines and get some. Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Love it or your money back, guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com, enter promo code WATCH. That's WATCH.
Here's the 50-yarder for the win.
It's not going to make it.
The kick is up, and it's good. The Texans win. The Texans win. What a comeback.
Yeah! The kick is up. It's good. In your face. I never doubted it. Woo! Texans!
How much do we love football?
Barbara!
You have no idea.
We won!
Hyundai is now an official sponsor of the NFL.
It's an episode that's truly cutting edge.
When I stab one of my friends, we call it a touch. If I say I want to touch one of my friends, I'll get called into human resources.
A new Big Bang, CBS this Monday.
Go big or go!
Appears to be a leg injury for Vinny Ray, starting linebacker for Marvin Lewis, play caller for this defense. What a career he's built after coming in the league undrafted back in 2010. PJ Dawson, the rookie, replaces him for the moment. 2nd and 7 passes caught. Robert Woods picks up 8 and a first down for Buffalo. So both teams now, Salman, dealing with some injuries to critical players.
Yeah, the Bengals have been really healthy so far this year. We talked about some of the injuries and setbacks they've had over the last couple of years. You know, so far in 2015, cross your fingers, they've been healthy. There's Paul Dawson, the replacement for Vinny Ray, 3rd-round pick out of TCU. Andy Dalton's alma mater.
Former defensive player of the year in the Big 12 Conference. 1st and 10. Draw play. This is McCoy. Little juke step as he puts him in a blender. Crosses the 40, but another penalty marker thrown. This one right around the line of scrimmage. 7-yard run by McCoy. And already you can hear the groans from 70,000 plus.
Common occurrence here in Buffalo. Penalty flags on the field after a big play.
Bills had a game in which they committed 17 penalties here against the Giants.
Holding. Offense, number 10. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
2nd holding penalty against Woods today. We go to New York and JB.
Coach Cowher said today's back up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Landry Jones right here finds Martavis Bryant for an 8-yard touchdown. His 2-point conversion failed
Landry Jones replaces Michael Vick, whose return is questionable with a right hamstring injury.
Spiro and Solomon.
Injuries an issue for teams all around the league, apparently. LeSean McCoy lines up bottom of your screen. 1st and 20 after the penalty. That pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. It was Dunlap who got a hand on it. Solomon 7 penalties against Buffalo, totaling 83 yards, as Ray is going to be carted into the Cincinnati locker room.
Yeah, Vincent Ray, good tackler, good heady player for this defense. Remember, they're already without Vontaze Burfict, their spirited middle linebacker who's been out since the middle of last year. And now his backup, Vincent Ray, who started every game so far this year, he's out. Paul Dawson is a very decorated player, as you said, having gained some minutes here in his rookie season.
Ray had played all but 3 defensive snaps on the season before today. That's Boom Herron on the catch. Brought down right around the 35-yard line. They pick up 9. And that'll set up a 3rd down coming up. Tackle on the play by Emmanuel Lamar. And Solomon, that's difficult. Not only is he an integral part, but he's your play caller. Suddenly he goes out. And now they have to shuffle the deck and react quickly.
I don't think people understand enough that that middle linebacker, that inside linebacker, is kind of like the quarterback of the defense. Has to communicate, make all the checks, and make sure the defenders get lined up and matched up with the opposing offense.
Manuel from the gun. This is 3rd and 11. Holds the defense, completes over the middle, but well short of the 1st down. Chris Gregg, one of their backup tight ends, makes the catch for 6, but they will punt. It is an ankle for Vinny Ray, and all they've told us at this point is that his return is questionable. As you see him going to be helped into the Cincinnati locker room. Just hate to see that. A kid who has worked so hard after being undrafted from Duke to build his name in the NFL in Cincinnati. Here's Schmidt. He's had a couple of booming and impressive punts, one from deep in his own end zone and a 1st down. Jones able to dance his way across the 20. What a tackle, and look at the frustration by Jones as Garrison Sanborn able to make the shoestring tackle.
You know the rules. Eggs and sausage, hotcakes and butter. Morning fare, right? Well, McDonald's has thrown away those rules and opened a new world of possibilities. Now you're free to start enjoying the breakfast you love anytime you wish.
No way.
Yes way. Introducing McDonald's new all-day breakfast menu. Once you changed how you ate breakfast. It's time to start changing when.
Mary gets her bounce on. Wow, is like every mom from the neighborhood here? You are looking good. Using Bounce dryer sheets is paying off. Your clothes have fewer wrinkles, and Static Cling ain't bringing you down. Bounce, the 4-in-1 dryer sheet.
Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out.
Compare new and used cars your way. We'll let you know when we find the perfect car with everything you need. Life happens one car search at a time. Auto Trader.
Something was missing in Rodney's life. That was NFL Now, the easiest way to get more football since the dawn of the pigskin. Suddenly, he wasn't just Rodney, he was the Oracle of Rod.
Don't get too excited. That wall's water damaged.
Crime, terror, and evildoers are no match for these brainiacs.
We're stuck in a foreign country with no way out.
It's gonna be fun. New Scorpion. This is just wrong. Monday, 9/8 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Auto Trader. Life happens one car search at a time. And by McDonald's, now serving all-day breakfast.
Cincinnati Bengals, first AFC North team to start a season 5-0 since the NFL realigned in 2002. Can they stay perfect up 10 as Andy Dalton back onto the field with his offense? 1st and 10 just outside the 20. The handoff, the pass deflected at the line of scrimmage and batted down incomplete. Coming up tomorrow on CBS, the team of geniuses throw a Hail Mary to stop a bomb from landing in the wrong hands. Catch a brilliant new Scorpion tomorrow, 9/8 Central, only CBS. Draw play, Jeremy Hill. Bounces to the outside, Buffalo able to hold. Tackled by Mario Williams and Kyle Williams. We've been talking, Salmon, about Andy Dalton, such a reflection of where this franchise is. The battle scars of 4 straight one-and-done postseason appearances, but a confidence that this team is different.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You get the sense that this is a young team that's sort of matured and come into their own. They're a battle-tested team, and I think it's evident in some of the wins that they've had so far this year. They're going to be tested again here today, but you get the sense that Andy Dalton is up to the challenge.
Certainly have been to this point. His pass over the middle completes. Mohamed Sanu upset with himself that maybe he didn't have a little bit more after that catch. What an effort by Sanu. 23 yards and a first down.
These seam routes have been open against the Buffalo Bills all season long. We saw the New York Giants take advantage of it. We saw the Patriots and Tom Brady just carve up this defense, hitting those same seam routes.
He's whistled dead as Darby and Jones get tangled up.
Snap, Buffalo takes its first time out of the half.
That's something you rarely see, and something that Rex Ryan, didn't want to have to do. Apparently some confusion, Salmon, so they burn the first of their 3 timeouts.
I think you got to use that timeout. It's a smart one because they're allowing receivers to get open in the seam, and this is an offense that can now pull away big time. And so you've got to be able to do it in terms of calling that timeout. As you can see, they were able to get the timeout called so they could get matched up, get lined up, and stop the bleeding right now. This Cincinnati Bengals offense capable of hitting a home run, and they can pull away big time on the scoreboard on this possession.
And one thing we should point out, Rex Ryan has coached some of the best defenses in the NFL over the last decade. He's never beaten a team that has entered the game with a top 2 rated offense. 0-6 is Rex all time as a coach in those games. 1st and 10, Jeremy Hill inside Buffalo territory. Here's why Buffalo had to burn a timeout. Apparently, Salmon, they only had 10 players on the field.
Yeah, let's go ahead and count them for you. Okay. Look at that. 10 guys there.
Dalton quickly able to get him to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 7. Quick strike near side. Sanu takes a hard hit. Duke Williams among the players in the vicinity. Also Stephon Gilmore. And now it'll be 3rd and 7. Decision time for Hugh Jackson and the Bengals.
Yeah, for the Bills, it's hard enough covering this Bengals offense with 11 guys. And look, if they don't get out, they're going to snap it quick. If I'm Andy Dalton, you got to be able to go with the quick count and get the ball down the field.
6th play of the drive. Dalton all day to throw. Looks down the field. Is going to throw on the run. It's caught. EJ Green for the first down. Green on a comebacker, helping Dalton 9 yards as they move the chains.
And how about the poise of Dalton? He sensed the pressure might be coming. Watch how long EJ Green is running this route. And watch how long the rookie Ron Darby has to stay with him. But Andy Dalton has all day to stand in the pocket and then get the ball down the field to EJ Green to pick up the first down.
Ronald Darby, the rookie out of Florida State, NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Month in September. Quick strike, this is Green. Quiet in the first half. Now starting to make himself known. Green entered the day 4th in the league in receiving yards. That's his 3rd catch.
Spiro can't say enough about the job the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is doing against this front 4. They haven't been able to touch Andy Dalton, and he's had time to throw the ball.
1st and 10, this is Hill. Gashes him up the middle, close to the 20. And Salmon, you bring up a good point. This is a Bills defense that last year led the league with 54 sacks, just 9 through the first 5 games this season. What's been the reason for that?
Well, the Bengals are able to get, I think, some good balance. You just saw the run play there, and so play action helps to hold that defensive line at bay.
Here's Hill again. He's going to run for the first down and more. They had to play New England here in week 2, and no one better than Brady in getting rid of the football quick. As right now this defense on its heels.
That's something a lot of teams has been doing against this Bills defense. I think one of the reasons why the sack totals are down. Tom Brady got the ball out quick. Eli did the same thing a few weeks ago. Last week, Marcus Mariota came out with a quick passing game. And so they're just not able to get to the quarterback. And then when there's times when the quarterback holds it, they still can't get there.
Dalton has him rolling now. This is Bernard inside the 10 down to the 5. Boy, it was so critical for Buffalo to keep the points off the board. Can't ask too much from EJ Manuel, who's making his first start in over a year. 1st and goal.
And now this defense is back on their heels. 8-play drive, and they don't seem to have any zest or zeal to get to the quarterback or stop the run.
Bernard, led by a wall of blue-shirted defenders, led by Marcel Darius. It's about as quiet as you'll hear Ralph Wilson Stadium all season.
And this is what I think a lot of people in Western New York has been talking about. Right now, where's Jerry Hughes? Where's Marcel Darius? Where's Kyle Williams, Mario Williams on this defensive line that led the league in sacks 1 year ago, as you mentioned? Right now, the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is knocking them back.
A lot of money spent on that defensive front, but so far they've been ineffective in this game. 12th play of the drive that started in their own 22. It's caught into the end zone by Tyler Eifert for the Cincinnati touchdown. They go right at Bakari Rambo. And the Bengals lead at 30-14 late in the 3rd.
Can you be any more aggressive if you're Hugh Jackson and Andy Dalton? You see one-on-one outside the 6'6", 250 Tyler Eifert against Bakari Rambo. This is the one-on-one matchup they've waited all day for and finally got it. And Andy Dalton wasted no time. He immediately went quick snap to get it over there to Tyler Eifert.
Eifert, that monster game last Sunday in the comeback against Seattle. 6th touchdown catch in 6 games this season. And for Andy Dalton, 16th time in his career, he's thrown at least 3 touchdown passes. 31-13, all Cincinnati. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
When a mountain needs to refresh things, it doesn't call for a cleaning service. It uses the cold to sift through every single speck. So if you wonder what inspired us to cold filter our beer, well, you're looking at it. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
The new Nissan Maxima, the four-door sports car that's raw, refined, and all you. Now lease the new Nissan Maxima for $299 a month. Nissan, innovation that excites.
What happens to this little boy is unforgettable.
You're going to Australia.
And so are the people who made his wish come true. A powerful story on 60 Minutes tonight.
When your son brings home his brand new girlfriend.
This is Clementine.
Well, that's a reason to celebrate.
To boobs! What a lovely toast.
New Life in Pieces this Monday.
Well, 2 of the most important people in what has been a record-setting start for this offense and this team at 5-0. Hugh Jackson on your right, Andy Dalton on your left, and Tyler Eifert, whose return to this offense simply cannot be overstated.
Tyler Eifert said that at the beginning of the year, Hugh Jackson called him in and said, hey, get ready. You're going to catch a lot of balls. You're going to score a lot of touchdowns. Kept his promise.
Told him all throughout what was a pretty brutal rehab from that elbow injury that your time will come. As Solomon points out, said you're going to catch a lot of passes. And those words have certainly come to fruition. I'll never miss a moment of football action with the CBS Sports app. Every play, every story, and every highlight right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app. Get it now at cbssports.com/mobile. How about the 2 last possessions for Cincinnati, as they have silenced 70,000 plus.
Just going right down the field. It's like they can dial it up whenever they want.
Here's LeSean McCoy trying to bounce to the outside. You have to feel a little bit, Solomon, for this Buffalo offense. Just as they get LeSean McCoy and Sammy Watkins back, they lose Watkins again. Nothing official that he is done for the day, but certainly didn't look good.
Hey, good.
Crutches outside the locker room.
This Bills offense under Greg Roman, they're a run-oriented offense. Run first, pass second. This is the situation they did not want to be in. Down on the scoreboard where you essentially have to throw in order to try to get back in it. Their offensive line is not built for primary protection. And then you can see EJ Manuel, tough throw behind his intended receiver, the tight end Charles Clay. Reggie Nelson playing good defense.
And as we mentioned earlier, after today, they'll get on a plane, fly to London tonight for their next 5 games on the road. Certainly like to go into that stretch at 4-2 instead of 3-3. 3rd and 6. Manuel's pass again, looking in the direction of Clay. Deflected by Adam Jones. What an effort by him today. You'll see is slowly going to be helped to his feet.
He's upset with himself. You know why? Adam knows he should have intercepted this one. Nice break on the ball. Look, 2 hands right there. Just goes right through his mitts. But what a break on the ball by Adam Jones. He knows he could have not only intercepted it, would have returned it for a touchdown.
Jones will be a free agent at season's end. I'll go out on a limb and say that Cincinnati wants to bring him back. What a player he's become in his 9th NFL season. As Colton Schmidt comes back onto the field. And a lot of concern right now on that Buffalo sideline, down 31-14. Booming kick by Schmidt. Brandon Tate's going to play it from just inside his 30. Good coverage down the field by Buffalo. 47 yards on the punt as Manny Lawson brings Tate down after a pickup of only 4. Andy Dalton, nearly perfect last week in the 4th quarter in overtime. Solomon, that's carried into today.
He's meant business coming out here in the 2nd half. 42-yard rainbow to Marvin Jones. Then a little flip on the wide receiver screen to finish off what Jones started. And then Mohamed Sanu, just another arsenal, another weapon in that arsenal, I should say. Then Tyler Eifert, talented tight end, getting the ball into the end zone for Andy Dalton. He's got more weapons in this offense, and he's using every single one of them.
Sammy Watkins now officially graded to out, will not return with the ankle. Quick strike, that's AJ Green at the 46 and a first down. Solomon, so much talk about Andy Dalton, the shortcomings in the playoffs, that I think so many people have undervalued what he's accomplished in his career. Entered the league in 2011, no lockout. With the lockout, no offseason.
That's right.
Has led this team to 4 straight postseason appearances, which really, in this day and age, is remarkable.
It's an unprecedented period of winning in Cincinnati Bengals franchise history under their coach, Marvin Lewis. And these are a young group of players. He and AJ Green came in the same year, and I think we want that microwavable quarterback who's going to instantly lead us to championships. But I think you have to really be honest that there's been a growth and a development pattern for Andy Dalton that have seen him just continue to grow year in, year out. And I think we're now seeing him right in his wheelhouse in that zone that you want for a championship quarterback.
Tonight, it's the episode you won't forget.
A guy came at my head with a bat.
The people are angry.
We're not going anywhere until order's restored.
Criminal Minds. New episode CBS Wednesday, 9/8 Central.
Matt Bevin says,
I have no tax delinquency problem, nor have I ever.
But in Connecticut, Bevan's company was hit with 8 tax liens for failing to pay over $100,000 in taxes and was the #1 tax delinquent. Bevan also failed to pay taxes he owed on his $1 million vacation home in Maine. Despite official documents, Bevan still says,
I have no tax delinquency problem, nor have I ever.
Matt Bevan, can't trust him to tell the truth, can't trust him to be for us.
This month, we're giving you more reasons than ever to switch back to Bluegrass Cellular. Get a $200 trade-in credit and a $100 activation credit when you buy any new smartphone. Get the lowest prices on combined talk, text, and data plans and roll your data each month. Get connected and get more with Bluegrass Cellular's faster data speeds and more complete coverage. Here, there, and everywhere. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
Hold on a sec. Are we gonna make it?
Almost there.
Well, I landed too, so we can go over it again. Right here's fine.
Anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
So many things.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, Dad, that's gross.
Safe trip.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mom.
Experience true luxury in the Audi A3, starting at $30,900.
Find out what's new and what's next with Rick Van Hoos on WLKY News at 11.
Start of the fourth quarter, 31-14. A game that was 17-14 at halftime, favoring Cincinnati. They own the third quarter, now trying to put this game on ice. Jeremy Hill, using his 6'1", 235-pound frame, getting downhill. 9 yards, and Hill, Sam, this is the best that he's looked in a couple of weeks.
Well, you go back to a couple of weeks ago against Kansas City. Remember, he rushed for 3 touchdowns in that game. So, you know, they're really just playing it based on personnel. Both running backs are going to have great numbers by the end of the year.
Strike on a 2nd and 1. Here's Jones. What a brilliant day he's had. First down, catch and run. 8 yards as we go to New York and JB.
Here's how you earn a nickname, Coach. Yeah, they call him Big Play Barnage. It's Gary Barnage, the tight end, his 2nd touchdown of the day. This one for 14 yards. His 5th touchdown of the year. They cut the margin with Denver. Denver 16, Cleveland 14. Spiro Ditas and Solomon Wilcots.
Oh, what a huge win that would be for Cleveland. As week 6 continues around the NFL, you see what the Browns have done as they look for their first win against a team 5-0 or better. 1st and 10, Dalton in this offense supremely confident. Up 17 points. There's a penalty marker thrown.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Rare mistake by Dalton's offense.
Yeah, I think Dalton just kind of lost track of the clock a little bit. Could have gotten that ball snapped before he ran out of time there. But, you know, Coach Marvin Lewis talked about the need to start fast and finish strong. Something they did 1 week ago against Seattle. And so you think with the lead they have here in the fourth quarter, they're still looking to put more points on the board.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Dalton's going to take a shot. Boy, he had his man. It was Sanu. About a half step down the seam. Incomplete. Coverage by Nickel Roby.
With an impressive lead, they're still looking for more points, as we said. And that's Mohamed Sanu. He had the step on Nickel Roby. And we talked about Dalton usually being very accurate with the long bow. That time he overshot Mohamed Sanu. Look at the numbers he's put up here in the second half. Or I should say by distance, 10 yards down the field.
Dalton, 19 for 29, 3 touchdown passes. Hill breaks free, crosses the 35, nearly to the 30. Corey Graham finally on the tackle, but not before Hill picks up 10 yards to set up 3rd down.
You can see Jeremy Hill, after that play, he wanted to go back to the huddle, hoping to get another snap. Now he's coming off. You know, he and Giovani Bernard having to split time and sort of share plays. That means you got to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them.
Hill so far, 12 rushes, 50 yards, as you see Bernard now split out towards the bottom of your screen. Crossing right over the middle, it's caught. Eifert. They line him up, Sam, in so many different spots, as this offense is really built around Eifert as a tight end, something you rarely see.
Well, look at it. That's wide receiver like skills in space against a corner. They're using their shutdown corner, Stephon Gilmore, against Tyler Eifert out on the perimeter.
First and 10. Here's Bernard. Barely able to get to the line of scrimmage. Eifert had that incredible catch on that game-tying drive in the end of regulation last week. We asked him about it. He said his basketball skills and the old divers into the pool when he was a kid with his buddies kind of helped him for that moment. But really, there's no catch that this guy can't make.
He talked about his basketball skills. He kind of looked at us. He had a, sense of confidence. And if I wanted to play basketball, if I worked at it, I could still play. It was as a matter of fact. Who dreamed it dies hard, I tell you.
2nd and 9. Dalton pump fakes. Pocket collapses. Dalton going to buy himself some time and throw it out of bounds. Eifert's pop, Greg, played at Purdue. He was actually a member of Gene Katie's first recruiting class. Great college basketball coach at Purdue. Eifert, a high school star in hoops in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Says he still has moments, as you mentioned, where he kind of wishes he stuck to hoops, but what a player, what a career he's got in front of him in the NFL.
Well, he credits his basketball skills for being able to come down to those tough and difficult catches you talked about. He said it's really like rebounding. You have to be able to time it. It's not about how high you can jump, but the ability to time it perfectly.
Dalton completes. Sanu needed the 18 for the first. Corey Graham on the tackle. They pick up 6. Marvin Lewis will send out his field goal unit.
Good tackle by Corey Graham, short of the first down marker on Sanu. It's been tough to get Andy Dalton in this offense off the field here in the second half.
Tommy, just look around the stadium, a sense of deflation. This crowd was jacked up. Really a chance for the Bills to make a statement in the AFC after some disappointing losses here at home. But Cincinnati will build on its lead. Now at 20 as Mike Nugent bangs it through the uprights.
True luxury is not just a heated leather seat or refined chrome accents. It's the places it will take you. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most luxurious vehicle in its class. Get 0% APR financing on the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee for well-qualified buyers, plus $500 Jeep Celebration bonus cash. The most awarded, rewarding SUV ever.
All right, listen up. We all know that DirecTV is better at this whole TV thing. So to beat them, we're going to get bigger. We're going to merge with Cable World.
Cable World? I can't stand those guys. They're totally incompetent.
That company stinks, and I mean they smell. I used to work there. I had to breathe through my mouth the whole time.
Shh. They're here.
This is going to be fun, firing everyone.
Get rid of cable and switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Wake up and watch with the world. The NFL is streaming a live game on Yahoo.
That's big.
Bills, Jazz, live from London. The NFL on Yahoo. Watch with the world. Next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern.
You are watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50.
Thursday night, your weekend starts here with the Seahawks and the Niners in a showdown in the NFC West. Thursday night football, CBS and NFL Network. 20-point lead for Cincinnati. They have been dominant since halftime. This was a 3-point game. Most undefeated teams in the NFL entering week 6 since the merger in 1970. There were 6 of them before Atlanta lost on Thursday. Bengals, of course, looking for their third 6-0 start in franchise history. Denver right now a slim lead in Cleveland. Packers coming up next on CBS, and the Patriots will play later tonight. 5 remaining unbeatens in the NFL.
Tough out. Patriots team we know for real. Cincinnati equally dominant so far this season.
Meantime, plenty of questions that they'll be asking here in Buffalo if the Bills can't make a miraculous comeback.
It's here, the most advanced iPhone yet. Get the new iPhone 6s at T-Mobile, the network that's doubled its LTE coverage in the past year. Our new extended range LTE signal now reaches twice as far as before and is 4 times better in buildings. Want more? Get our lowest price on iPhone 6s with trade-in. 0 upfront and just $5 a month with Jump on Demand. Get it now at T-Mobile.
So why the Marines? Because this is the land that I love, the country I'm honored to serve.
If the Dodge brothers walked into a dealership today, they'd be pretty impressed with what's become of their maverick car company. With all the power, performance, and ingenuity. But knowing them, they'd insist on serving the donuts. Get yours before they're history.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dodge. T-Mobile. Ditch your carrier and switch to the Un-Carrier. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, the Ralph Wilson statue of the late iconic owner of the Buffalo Bills passed away in March of 2014 at the age of 95. What a legacy he's left here in Western New York. First and 10, EJ Manuel over the middle. That's caught by the backup tight end, Chris Gregg, the former 7th-round pick out of Arkansas. 14 yards and a Bills first down. So obviously a lot of disappointment, Salmon, with where this game is. But what have you seen from Manuel in his first start in the year?
No, I think it's been an even performance. I think he can play better. He can be more consistent with some of his throws. But I think we've seen improvement from what we saw from him 1 year ago.
Keep it on the ground on first and 10. McCoy across the 40 as we go to New York. Get an update with JB and Coach.
Peyton's 9th pick of the season. And boys, the Denver offense suffering. Watch right here as Carlos Dansby's going to step in front, pick this off, go 35 yards. The interception return for a touchdown. It's Peyton's 9th interception of the year. 3rd straight game with 2 interceptions. They lead, that being Cleveland, 20-16 in the 4th.
Peyton threw 15 all of last season. Back to Spiro Ditas.
Wow, 9 picks for Peyton Manning. Unbelievable turn of events in Cleveland. Chris Gregg's forward progress looks like will take him across the 45 and will give Buffalo a first down.
You know, you talk about EJ Manuel. I think he's got to use the 4th quarter here today and use this as meaningful time on the football field. They're going to be heading to London. Tyrod Taylor, I'm sure, wants back in there. And so this is an opportunity for EJ Manuel to maybe close the distance between he and Tyrod Taylor.
There's Manuel, first and 10, short pass. McCoy, we've seen him lose his footing a couple of times. Now, speaking of Tyrod Taylor, you know he was chomping at the bit, A, to get back, and B, to be under center Solomon with a full arsenal. Hasn't had much of a chance to play with Sammy Watkins or LeSean McCoy. But now you have to wonder about Watkins and his status with that ankle injury.
Yeah, look at Taylor completing 70% of his passes in their first 5 games. That's rather impressive.
Manuel, 2nd and 9, swings it far side, caught. Woods trips ahead to the 30 inside Cincinnati territory. 22 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And these plays are meaningful for EJ Manuel. Start to establish himself and Try to move the offense, put more points on the board. The key is at the quarterback position. With every play and every possession, you got to compete to put points on the board and move the offense.
Bengals showing blitz initially. Manuel throwing end zone. Hogan gets tangled up with Adam Jones. Fans wanted a penalty. No flags. As we go back to New York and an update with JB.
Peyton is a competitor. Yeah, it didn't take long for Peyton to respond. He finds Emmanuel Sanders down the right side, 75 yards. It's the first touchdown for the Denver offense in 27 drives. They now take the lead back from Cleveland, 23-20.
Here on Saudi, somebody asked Coach, how far did he throw it? He said, just far enough. Back to Spiro.
Yeah, guys, the 39-year-old quarterback isn't done yet.
That guy's incredible, isn't he? That didn't take long.
Timeout, Buffalo.
Bills will take their second timeout. Those groans continue here in Buffalo. Timeout.
The cool of the day, the scent of the trees, and the sounds from all sides of an orchestra performing entirely for you. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, with active noise cancellation to turn any street into a symphony. The most awarded, rewarding SUV ever.
Huh, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it?
I get the gist, yeah.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
New Tuesday. Locked and loaded. One pill makes him a brilliant detective.
Can you get access to the storeroom? Sure. The combination is...
Is it 827351235? It's written on the door jamb.
But can it make him a black belt?
Can you move? No.
The new kid drama, Limitless. CBS Tuesday.
Bills down to their last timeout. Down 20. Reminder, stay tuned for the NFL Today update presented by FanDuel, time permitting. We'll send you to the guys in New York, get you caught up in Week 6. Multiple catches. That'll be his 4th reception to take him over 30 yards and a first down for the Bills as they pick up 10.
Meaningful minutes for Greg also, as they start to incorporate a second tight end into Greg Roman's offense. Something he did frequently when he was in San Francisco. Remember the days of Vernon Davis, Delaney Walker? Tight ends helped fuel that offense.
Manuel on 1st and 10, trying to diagnose the defense. Eluding tacklers. Look at Manuel using his legs. Inside the 10, you forget Salmon about how athletic and mobile he is. 16 yards on the ground. 1st and goal, Bills.
Yeah, how about EJ Manuel? Vision down the field. Now see, like right now, he's looking at the defense, tucking it and running it. Like to see him keep his eyes up until he crossed that line of scrimmage.
Manuel had a rushing touchdown, and this is McCoy using his legs into the end zone. First rushing touchdown for LeSean McCoy as a Buffalo Bill.
And I thought in that 4th quarter, we talked about EJ Manuel's got to use these minutes to show he can take the possession, put points on the board for his offense. He did just that. Made some really nice throws, good decisions with the football, running it himself, and then giving it to McCoy for the touchdown.
45th career rushing touchdown from McCoy. 7th NFL season, a couple of years removed from that incredible rushing title back in 2013. Point after by Carpenter, good. It's a 13-point game.
Introducing the biggest of 5 sizes on Verizon's new Simple plan. 18 glorious gigs for $100 a month plus $20 per phone. That's 50% more data for just $20 more. So you can do more of what you love without compromising on a so-so network. Because Verizon is the only network that's #1 in speed, call, data, and reliability. What's better than that? Get $300 when you trade in your device and buy a new one. Stop by or visit us online and get the biggest deal on the best network.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
If everyone jumped off a cliff, would you do it too?
You'll lose interest.
It's just a phase.
It hurts me more than it hurts you.
Where are your manners? Were you raised by wolves?
You're gonna give me a heart attack. When you have kids, you will understand.
This is the life of a rebel. Sorry, Mom.
This Tuesday,
I have decided to take a field trip. What was that?
Abby gets locked down
I'm at the drug company, and the janitors are robbing the place.
and fired up
We only have one option. We'd go on the offensive.
on a can't-miss NCIS.
We leave no witness behind.
Happy tips.
We are coming to get you. New episode. Then, an agent from down under
Don't move a muscle.
is heating things up down south.
Is it because of the pretty redhead?
She's pretty something.
New NCIS New Orleans after NCIS Tuesday.
Anna Faris and Allison Janney star in Mom. Season premiere Thursday, November 5th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Watch live primetime games with NFL Mobile, only on Verizon. And by Subway, the legendary sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Subway, eat fresh.
Passports have been collected, trucks loaded, as the Bills will head to the airport later tonight, make that transatlantic flight to London, where they'll take on the Jaguars next Sunday. Onside kick, about an in-between kick, if you will. A bouncer up the field trying to catch Cincinnati off guard. They were not fooled, as Brandon Tate is able to fall on the football. Well, speaking of that one next week, next Sunday, wake up and watch with the world. For the first time ever, the NFL is streaming a live game on Yahoo. It'll be Bills Jaguars live from London, October the 25th, next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can learn more at yahoo.com/NFL stream. So, Salmon, that'll be a little bit longer of a flight. If Buffalo can't come up with some kind of magic here over the last 6 and change.
If I'm Buffalo right now, I'm going to keep playing. You got one timeout left. You got to get your 3 and out right here and get the ball back for your offense.
Eifert unable to get out of bounds, so the clock, that's exactly what he wanted. We'll keep that clock running.
They're down 13.
6:30 to play in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're down 13. So 2 touchdowns for EJ Manuel, Greg Roman, as you can see them right there plotting their course, just in case they get the opportunity. But if you're the defense, how about getting a turnover? How about making a play in this ball game? Right now, you haven't taken the ball away from this Bengals offense all day.
Hey, push it. 5-3. Yeah.
That's why you pay these guys the big bucks to come up with a play right here. This Bengals offense has been so short-handed all season long. That's Jeremy Hill. Minimal pickup. 3rd down as Buffalo will desperately try to get off the field. Preston Brown and Manny Lawson on the tackle.
Rex Ryan's defense, as good as they were in the beginning of this game, and at times, you can see the Bengals offense on 3rd down today, about 60%. The Bills defense has not made enough plays against the Bengals offense to make a difference.
Bills have 1 timeout, and we'll get the 2-minute warning as well. Down 13 points. This is Bernard. Needed the 37. He's got that and more. 1st down, Cincinnati. And they'll be able to run down that clock a little bit more.
It's an inside zone read. 1 cut get going downhill. Love the way Giovani Bernard attacks the line of scrimmage. He's healthy this year. He's running much better. Came in averaging over 5 yards per carry today.
That's Kyle Williams, Pro Bowler for the last 5 years, heart and soul of this defense. As if they haven't had to deal with enough in the injury category. Already lost Sammy Watkins today to an ankle injury. Busy day for those Bills trainers. Appears to be the left leg.
There you see him right there.
Williams.
Yep, that's him right there.
Oh boy, I can't even look.
They get anchored that way and someone falls down on their leg, as you saw there, holding his left knee. Puts him in a very vulnerable position.
What a career Williams has had, former 5th-round pick. Actually, he and Domatop Peko, who's headliner of that Cincinnati defensive line since '06, the year that they both came into the NFL. They've ranked 1-2 in tackles among all NFL defensive tackles. So much mutual respect between them. And now all the concern on that Bills sideline on Kyle Williams. And you can see the respect, Solomon, from the Cincinnati players coming over to make sure that he's okay.
Hope he's able to walk off. Here he is right there as he's engaged. And I think we're going to see someone fall right there on the back of his leg there. Looked like his own guy, Manny Lawson. Looked like he's able to put some weight on it.
Stephon Charles will come in to replace him. There is no replacing Kyle Williams, who's been doing it here in Buffalo for the last decade.
He's a worker. I remember during the summer when everyone was so excited about this team and the direction and the promise. And what did he say? Hey, we haven't done anything yet. Let's go out and earn it before you start to praise us. I thought it was the right approach. And if they can't come back in this game today, they're going to fall to 3-3, and they've got to cross the pond and go over to London. They've got their work cut out for them. You know, Jacksonville's going to play them hard. But, you know, sitting here at 500 after 6 games, it's not the way they intended to start the season.
And then the injury, Solomon, starts to mount. We mentioned Watkins, Percy Harvin out. It's just such a brutal sport, such a cruel sport. There's a little bit more air comes out of that Bills balloon with Williams gingerly gone to the bench. It's Jeremy Hill buried in the backfield on the first down run. Manny Lawson and Charles, who just came in for Williams, dump him for a loss of 4. They will cart Williams into the Buffalo locker room. And that cart driver has had a busy day, unfortunately. Dalton in no hurry, running that clock down as much as they can as we move under 4 minutes. Well, let's start to look ahead for these teams. How about Cincinnati? Got a bye week next week. That'll be a happy week off for Marvin Lewis and his bunch, and then they go to Pittsburgh, Solomon, and then a home game on Thursday Night Football here on CBS against Cleveland.
Yeah, and despite getting off to a 6-0 start after today's game, if they hold on to the lead, still not enough to breathe easy if you're Marvin Lewis and the Cincinnati Bengals. The AFC North, you know it's not going anywhere. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, regardless of their record, it's going to be a tough out. Those teams play one another very hard, very tough.
3rd and 9. Here is Hill dancing to the outside. Needed the 50, well short. And so the Bills able to get off the field.
Buffalo takes his 3rd and final timeout.
Rex trying to save those precious seconds. Will burn his final timeout. We mentioned the upcoming schedule, at least next week for the Bills. hopping on a plane. They'll fly to London tonight, take on Jacksonville and Gus Bradley next week. Then the bye in week 8 for them. And then a couple of divisional games, 3 consecutively. Miami, the Jets, that'll be a big one. And then they go to New England, Sully, in late November.
Yeah, 2 of them on the road, and even coming back home against Miami. Sooner or later, you got to start winning games at home if you're the Buffalo Bills. And then you get to that stretch on the road in your division, you got to start to steal a game or 2.
The Bills in danger of falling to 1-3 at home. And 2 of those losses potentially could be in lopsided fashion. Fair catch signaled by Denarius Moore. What a day Kevin Huber has had. 52 yards on the punt as they pin him back inside the 5. Coming up next, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at Lambeau Field, or some of you will see the Ravens visit the 49ers. Check your local listings on CBS. Aaron Rodgers, nearly perfect at home, staggering numbers. Look at the touchdowns to interception ratio. Solomon, is just the video game like with what he's done.
He's near a perfect period, isn't he? Home or away.
1st and 10. Manuel from his own end zone throws to the near side of the field. That's Charles Clay. That'll be Clay's 7th catch as he moves over 50 yards on the afternoon.
We said it, Clay's the most consistent component of this offense, something they can build around. They just got to get healthy on the perimeter and have more receivers making plays for the quarterback.
Manuel on 2nd and 2. Just 108 throws that he's completed. As Clay unable to get out of bounds. What a play by Kirkpatrick.
It was a smart tackle, wasn't it? He literally pulled him right back in bounds, made sure that he didn't get out.
Clock is going to stop anyway because Michael Johnson is hurt behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson returning to Cincinnati after a rocky 1-year free agent stint in Tampa Bay last season.
Here's Dre Kirkpatrick going up on Clay. Look at that. Just
that's a heads-up play.
That's a really smart heads-up play to keep him in bounds, to keep Clay from stopping the clock.
Kirkpatrick, another first-round player in Marvin Lewis's secondary, and a guy who, like so many of these other players that Marvin has had to wait his turn, waited 3 years to become a starter. Something that Darqueze Dennard is going through right now. It's all part of this system and the way that they've built this Cincinnati franchise.
Yeah, their ability to draft and develop. Marvin Lewis talked about it yesterday in terms of, hey, they know now that's the way it's done. And so you don't have to talk about it. No sense of complaining. You've got to earn your right to be able to get on the field.
You know, hope that Michael Johnson is okay. Johnson has had some big seasons for the Bengals. As you take another look at the injury, there he is wearing number 90. You see him just kind of spin around and throw Manuel to the turf. Tried to get to his feet and then just kind of falls into a heap.
He got hurt tackling the quarterback.
11.5 sacks for the Bengals back in 2012. Former 3rd-round pick back in 2009. Johnson did miss the preseason with a knee injury. With Paul Gunther, all the depth that he's had with this defensive line, is able to keep some of these guys fresh. And so right now Johnson helped into the locker room. Here's Gunther's 2nd season as Marvin Lewis's defensive coordinator. 1st and 10. Here's Manuel. On the throw over the middle. It's caught. This is Gregg again. Able to run out of bounds just inside the 35. That'll stop the clock. So one more play before the 2-minute warning. They pick up 19.
Chris Gregg, I tell you, he's come in and looked pretty good. 5 catches, 54 yards so far in this game. And he's made good use of his time on the field.
He had only one catch entering today. And so a lot of his work has come after Cincinnati built their double digits as Manuel is set. It's Dunlap. Entered the day tied for most sacks in the NFL. That is his 6th of the season.
Carlos Dunlap making plays, getting into the quarterback. Cincinnati Bengals offense, defense, special teams, any way you want it, they're serving it up.
There's no one I'd rather hit the road with.
No one I'd rather have dinner and a movie with.
No one I'd rather lean on.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Introducing the Ever Us 2-stone ring. 1 diamond for your best friend, 1 for your true love. For the one woman in your life who's both. Ever Us. New this holiday at Kay, Jared, and Zales.
Great suckers. Your car insurance goes up because of their bad driving. People try all sorts of ways to get rid of them. If you're sick of paying more than your fair share, get Snapshot from Progressive and see just how much your good driving could save you.
It's a place where young doctors learn to be great.
She's obviously faking. A lot of experience with that, huh?
But their youngest patient
I know how much you love your son. I'm gonna make sure that you two walk out of here together.
will push them beyond their limits.
Focus.
And unforgettable. Code Black, new CBS Wednesday.
2nd and 17 for EJ Manuel and the Bills. Final 2 minutes. Rare drop from Charles Clay, as that'll set up a 3rd and long coming up. Special thanks to our crew here, our producer director Ryan Galvin, Andy Goldberg, rest of the gang in the truck, Alana Campbell, Stephen Florival, and Adam Cohen, and here in the booth our statistician Russ DeLynn and our spotter Rich Gaynor. And also a Day Ellis, almost forgot a day, parachuting in to help us here in Buffalo today. 3rd and 17. Here's Clay. He's bumped right after the catch, after the 30. And the tackle by Dre Kirkpatrick. Simon, give me your concern meter if you're a Bills fan after today. You go to London, obviously. They'll try to pick up the pieces against Jacksonville, but you're a 500 team now under Rex Ryan after 6 weeks.
You know, it's pretty high, to be honest with you, because they came into the 2015 season with so much promise and really so much swagger that just doesn't exist right now. Look at this catch by Chris Hogan. Wow.
Hogan off the deflection, incredible concentration, 24 yards as they pick up a 1st down with 67 seconds remaining. EJ Manuel quickly up the field to spike it and stop the clock as Buffalo is out of timeouts. We go to New York in an update. Here's JB.
Cleveland putting up plenty of fight. Yeah, minute 30 left to go. Travis Coons kicks his 26-yard field goal to tie the game 23-23. Let's see if Peyton can do his magic again in the 4th. 1:25 left in regulation. Back to Spiro and Solomon.
All right, JB, so Cleveland trying to stay close and come up with what would be a huge home win.
Told you about those AFC North teams. They don't quit.
Errant pass by EJ Manuel with exactly a minute left in the 4th quarter. And Simon, a little tip of the cap to you. I know you're a little bit under the weather. We're basically outside here. It's been cold.
What are you talking about? I feel fine. I feel great.
I could hear the sniffles a little bit. I feel for you.
Well, you know,
it's
you
been
go
a rough
from
week for all of
hot
us.
to cold. Winter kind of set in on a few of us pretty early. Look at that guy. Even people from Western New York, they got a little chill going through them.
We pulled in here this morning. There were people with their shirts off, drinking beers. Of course, that'll warm you up. But some brave fans here that are used to temperatures way colder than this. As Robert Woods makes the catch, penalty marker on the field. Way back behind the line of scrimmage. If it stands, it's a 15-yard play.
Looked like it may be coming back.
Well, the Bills fans have seen this movie before.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Fourth penalty against Buffalo. Fourth holding penalty, I should say. That one against the rookie John Miller, their third-round pick out of Louisville. Well, Rex is not going to be happy on that long flight to London later tonight. 3rd and 20. Manuel was nearly hit on the release. Another disappointment added to Rex Salmon against his old colleague in Baltimore, Marvin Lewis, coached together for 3 years. Some record-setting defenses. You knew that he wanted this one from a personal standpoint badly.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis, you know, his program is so much further along right now than Rex Ryan here in Buffalo. Rex got some building to do. They've got some coaching to do to get this team ready to play.
4th and 20. Manuel's going to take a shot and overthrows Woods. And that will do it as the mass exodus to the parking lot is on here at the Ralph. 34-21 as the Cincinnati Bengals are seconds away from matching the best start in their franchise history.
Well, we told you that Buffalo wanted to try to minimize the number of throws. You don't design a game plan where you're going to say EJ Manuel throw it 42 times in the game and go out and win it for us. They want to be able to run it and have enough throws to be able to create some plays. But this Cincinnati Bengals offense is just too hard to keep up with. They're putting points on the board in the bunches.
Well, you only can hope that Kyle Williams and Sammy Watkins injuries are not as serious as they looked as the final seconds tick off the clock. Final score 34-21. Cincinnati wins it. Bonus coverage coming up next here on CBS. For Salmon Wilcox, our CBS crew, Spiro Ditas saying goodbye from Buffalo. We go to New York and JB.
All right, Spiro, Cincinnati staying perfect with a mark of 6-0. Buffalo drops to 3-3. We take you now to the game Denver at Cleveland. 57 seconds left in regulation. All tied at 23. Iron Eagle, Dan Fouts, and Evan Washburn.
Hook up with Hartline. 2nd and 10 for Cleveland. 53 seconds left to play.
Hartline complaining that he was held by Roby to that ball really